Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about inspired action. Now, I almost feel like a bit of a fraud talking about this one. So I'm usually terrified to write goals, and I probably would write the same ones from year to year and maybe accomplish some of them and maybe not. But I still feel that we need to talk about these things and maybe making the most use of a year. And wanting, I guess, the best for you in terms of what you're going to do this year and perhaps, in years to come, and what you feel is important. Now, we wanted to talk about taking inspired action because often we have the lists of shoulds, but it's like, what does your heart really feel that you like to do? What calls you? What makes you feel like you're wanting to do something different? And what is it that you've always want to have a go at? And is this the year that you're going to have a go? Because it doesn't really matter if you have a go and you don't like it or it doesn't work. But if you don't have a go, it's going to eat at you forever. So it's worth to have a go. All right. So the first thing that comes up is the throat chakra, which is, I guess, expressing what we feel. All right. So what's in the throat chakra is the lies we tell ourselves. So what do you tell yourself? Good morning, Jenny. All right, my honesty of expression enables others to speak up too. I've found that in life. Sometimes when I talk about some of the things that are most difficult, um, and maybe even feel a little bit shameful as I speak about it, and I guess be a little bit vulnerable, other people will come and speak to me as well. So it's like if we're more honest and express what we feel, then other people may be brave and speak to us as well, and we can support each other in that process. All right, layers of the aura. So the third layer. So this one is to do with the mental body, so our thoughts and our ideas. So leaking energy from the past, age 6. Where were you? What were you doing when you were 6? What pops in your head? And there are stuck emotions in your aura from that time. Wanting to avoid feeling. Sometimes our feelings are intense and we don't know quite what to do with them. Okay, so Jenny says she had a scary teacher. Right, so that's kind of stuck in your throat. So what would you want to tell that scary teacher now? Because you've become a teacher, haven't you? And I'm sure you're not a scary teacher. All right, an oil comes up here, Verva. Kim's book here. All right, by returning my energy back down to the earth, I ground and discharge myself, remaining powerfully present with whomever I surround myself or whichever task I work on. All right. So Jenny said it would have been nice to tell her to grow a heart. I love that. Reminds me of the Grinch, isn't it? His heart was 2 sizes too small. All right. So, and I guess the best thing at school is that you could go outside and play in the playground, isn't it? You wonder too, like teachers to feel they had to control or to be mean. And obviously, they've had those experiences, but so are you ready to forgive the teacher? Or I'll say something from age 13 and 18. Oh, he got her again in year 3. Oh my goodness. Right. All right. So would that be age 7 or age 10? And that's affected like the middle of your back. That's the wiring to your stomach. So T6. So 7 was high, and the high school friendship issue, age 13. Right. So people not understanding you or not being there for you. It kind of makes sense, isn't it? Because, like, as we're wanting to move ahead, we kind of have to be there for ourselves. But when other people weren't there for us, we find it hard to be there for ourselves. Hmm. Something else from age 10, another stuck emotion. Feeling like you can't change. I guess just can't be suddenly brave, and I guess it takes time to, by small steps, small increments, increase our braveness. And it's the same with having a go at things, isn't it? Well, some things we have to get. Even doing this podcast, Kushla Chadwick, Kushla Chadwick was my business coach then, and she's the one that encouraged me to do this. But I was kicking and screaming. Right, age 18, year 12, difficult time during and after. Age 10, very shy. Right, yeah. All right, put in the crown chakra now. All right, I start True to my path, this is still from Vetiver Oil. I stay true to my path to reach the deepest root, finishing the things I start, grounded in the present moment, and staying present throughout my emotional catharsis, observing and honoring my reactions. It is interesting to see our reactions, isn't it? All right, all my chakras are brought into harmony, balance, and alignment with each other. My base chakra calm and grounded, my solar plexus chakra protective against oversensitivity to the feelings and emotions of others. All right, I'm worthy of divine connection regardless. And I think that's really the crux of the matter, isn't it? Like doing things that we feel are inspired, what comes into our heart and our mind to do. It's important to do that. Oh, thank you, Cassie. She says, I look lovely in blue. That was a Christmas present. All right, I'm enough regardless of what I own. I work by trusting my intuition. I allow myself to be peaceful and balanced. So some generational stuff about being peaceful from mum's side of the family and her mum and the men. 33 generations of men not allowing themselves to be peaceful. Okay, fourth layer of the aura. Leaking energy. Something from age 9. Cassie says, peaceful and balanced on the outside, but not on the inside. Well, I guess it's a bit fake it till you make it, isn't it? But we can only start with trying to be peaceful, isn't it? Good morning, Janet. All right, fifth layer of the aura. Also leaking energy. Age 8. 16. All right, a little bit more in the crown chakra. All right, I relax and trust the process of life. Sometimes it's a little hard, isn't it? The things that happen to us that we really don't like and perhaps have no control over are really things to help teach us and grow us, but they're not fun at the time. All right, I honor and love myself deeply. Yeah, Jenny says, sure is. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's not what we would choose. But then if we're not choosing things then that make us grow, is it? So it's like kind of has to be that way. All right, so another on. All right, so good morning, Margaret. All right, so the motivator oil, this is from Essential Emotions. So this blend of mints and citrus oils was formulated for those who need motivation and encouragement. Oh, good morning, Tabitha. It assists individuals whose will has stagnated. Yeah, I could put myself in there, and needs to be fired into action again. Motivate fosters confidence to follow through with one's creative inspirations and intentions. It also imbues a warrior-like spirit and strengthens individuals to face adversities and challenges. And I don't know if you've ever smelt motivated oil, but it's got some peppermint in it, and it kind of smells like peppermint chocolate. It's beautiful. So if you're feeling discouraged or lacking motivation, then you might use this oil to help motivate you a bit more. Okay. All right, some things wrong in the bones in our head. The back of the head on the left side. Some emotions stuck in the back of our head. Unable to perceive clearly and correctly. Sometimes it's a bit like we see ourselves like Luna Park mirrors, isn't it? We might see ourselves as fatter than we are, or thinner than we are, or out of proportion, or it's like not really seeing correctly ourselves. And sometimes it's hard to do that because, of course, the picture of ourselves is distorted by our experiences, isn't it? And the things that have gone wrong and the things that have gone right, and all our life experiences. Sometimes we need a close friend that sees us a little bit more clearly than we see ourselves to help us. All right, the seventh layer of the aura. So that's to do with our mental and spiritual connections. And I think, if we're wanting to take inspired action, we really have to kind of tune into that part of us, isn't it? So stagnant accumulation of energy in that part of our aura. So something currently. So is there something currently happening in your life that is affecting your spiritual connection or your mental connection? If so, what is it? And do you care to share? And can we clear some energy around it? And if you're a little shy, we could do a clarity call, or you could book a session, whatever floats your boat. So some generational baggage attached to this as well from Dad's side of the family, Dad's mum and the women. A long way, like 93 generations. So very deep patterns. All right. Also, sometimes people can latch onto us in an unhealthy manner. So who would be hooking into you? Male. All right, so Jenny says just emotionally tired, bit blocked with painting. Interesting, because I think painting is a great way for you to express yourself, isn't it? Something from age 16 with the painting. And age 33 with being tired. Some stuck emotions in there. Not being able to control yourself. So sometimes we see that as, I would see it more as like, letting my addictions take over. Uh, or is it being able to allow yourself the space to be creative or to sit with whatever comes up, draw, paint, or express whatever comes up? It may not always be pretty, but it may be what needs to be expressed right now. So some general attached to that as well from mum and her dad and the group of men. 43 generations of men. So it's like sometimes when we have these, think it's just us, but it's not. And we're here to be part of the solution and to help clear these things that have been stuck generationally for many generations. Age 9 comes up, age 15, age 20, 23, 26, 27, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 40. So a bit more leaking of energy from the aura. Females at the moment. So stagnant energy also in the third layer of the aura, which is the thoughts and ideas. Females from the past. Age 18. Okay, so now we're going to jump up into one of the higher chakras. So number 10, which is the solar star one. And what's coming up is about feeling balanced. So I guess it's a time of year that we kind of look at our life balance and what we're thinking about for the year and what we want to, I guess, manifest this year, isn't it? What would you like to manifest? Food cravings is coming up. I love all parts of my personality. And there's some bits I like of my personality and some bits I don't like. but I kind of have to accept them and know that, that's how I am. Doesn't mean I can't improve it, but it's kind of having to accept where you're at. All right. Jenny said she'd like to manifest a clean out of excess stuff. Oh, that is so good to do that. Every item that we own occupies part of your brain. So the more stuff we have, the more our brain is congested. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. Bring it on. We've got a council cleanup coming up in the next week. So it's like, yes, get rid of some more stuff. Good morning, Elizabeth. How are you, my weary friend? Yeah, we'd like to clean up stuff too. Good. And Tabitha said, unpack what doesn't serve me any longer. Yes, I love that. Beautiful. All right. There's something to do with this unpacking is stuck in the first layer of the aura, which is the physical body. Chronic collapse. Females from the past. Age 6. Oh, Cassie's offering to be a declutter buddy. Yeah, I'll bring it on. All right, so something from age 6. And age 7. And 13. 18. 21. 29. 36. 45. 50. All right, something in universal chakra. So this chakra is strengthened by solitude. So do you ever get time on your own, time in nature, or even just time to meditate or ponder or even have a nap? All right, another oil comes up here, the oil called peace, which I think we've talked about before a few times. All right. Right, peace invites individuals to connect to the true source of unending peace and let go of control and excess attachments in order to experience the incredible peace that flows from the divine. It invites individuals to trust in divine goodness and grace. Peace affirms that no amount of control or effort can fill the empty soul. It reminds individuals that only by connecting to the divine will they cultivate lasting peace. So we might use this to help us feel spiritually connected. So generational baggage affecting our spiritual connection. Dad's side, dad's mum. And the women on dad's mum's side of the family. I am one with all that is. So I guess it's like that, drawing back and seeing the bigger perspective, isn't it? Like, okay, I didn't like that experience in my life, but I can say I learned that, that, and that, and it's helped me now with what I'm facing. I really like that. Wish I could have more of that. So it's, I guess, clues to things that have led us or helped us to grow or change, and kind of accepting what has happened and what is happening and being okay with it. It may not be what we choose, but being able to work through it and survive it. And not only survive, to still thrive despite. All right, so not feeling able to thrive. Age 6 and 43. All right, so part of the Celtic weave. So where in your body do you feel is not quite right? That comes up. Anywhere else for anyone? Okay, and also some stuff to do with prosperity. All right, mentally. Okay, thank you, Jenny. And eyes, says Elizabeth. Okay. All right, even though I may struggle, I feel security is mine now. Margaret says spleen or around there. Okay. All right, so if we say bacteria in the stomach, but it's not necessarily a physical thing, it can be like emotional. So emotions stuck in our stomach. All right, so a lack of knowing yourself. So often I talk to people and they're worried, that maybe they're not doing a good job. And yet you're talking to the person that always does the best that they can, and they'll put in, 100% effort or 110% effort. And I'm like, you know about yourself that you will always do your best. That is not a fear you need to have. You will always put in the best effort that you can. So you can kind of put that aside. All right. some stuff, emotion. All right, so it's unforgiveness, some unforgiveness. So what are we seeing that is hard to forgive? All right, allowing the past to rule now. So is there part of you need to forgive, or is there a time in your life that you need to forgive or accept? Age 16, age 20, 53. All right. So emotions stuck in the spleen. Emotional needs not being met. That can be very difficult if we have people around us that are not as emotionally available as we would like. Sometimes we expect people to kind of guess what's wrong with us or how we're feeling, and some people are emotionally blind. They have no concept. They cannot see past what they are feeling or where they're at. So sometimes we have to give a few more clues or be very direct and ask what we need, ask for what we need, expecting a good answer. All right, so T8, which is like at the bottom of your shoulder blades, that level. Just going to use in a Siegel's book here. Yeah, so the T8 is affecting your spleen and your immune system, like vitality, cough, mucus, congestion, lack of drive. So when you get back, we'll straighten you up. So let's just plug in a chiropractic treatment just for now to help the wiring of your immune system. All right, still something in that universal chakra. All right, what's coming up is negative family connections. And there are some properties in our families that we absolutely love. Uh, you know, my dad had a lot of determination, and he he would have a go at things. Sometimes he was a bit stubborn, so we could see it as stubborn, or we could see it as determined. And then, my mum is very artistic, visual person, and also, strong in her willingness to go and have a go at things, even now at 85. So, they're the good things. Sometimes we can be stubborn and have trouble forgiving people when they hurt us or offend us, and that can be a difficulty that, that I've inherited as well. So let's say I accept my family as they are. And there are some parts of it we don't like, and we prefer it to be different, but you we can't move forward until we can accept. Right, some generational baggage from dad's mum's side of the family, both men and women, 17 generations. So that makes it hard for us to accept all parts of our family, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, so now we're going to go into the spleen meridian. And the emotion of trust is coming up. All right, and an oil. So let's go Melissa oil. Kim's book here. Now, Melissa is the oil of light. And I guess it's a bit like decluttering, isn't it? Some parts of our cupboard need big decluttering. It might be a bit dusty and things haven't been touched for ages in that part. All right, I say thank you often and am reminded of who I am and why I came to the earth. I release everything and anything that holds me back from reaching my fullest potential. The innermost recesses of my heart and soul are flooded with strength, vitality. My enthusiasm is contagious. I endure with grace to a ripe old age, lighting the way. So let's plug in some Melissa oil if you don't have that with you right now. Bringing light to the parts of ourselves that we might fear, or parts that are lurking in the shadows that we're a bit scared of. The feeling of regret is kind of stuck in the spleen meridian too. And often we can look at particular incidents in our life and regret that they happened, or think, oh, if only that didn't happen. But we have to trust that even though it was yuck and it was hard, that we have become better because of it, and we help others because of it. Okay, so another oil. All right, spikenard. All right, so by opening the soul to acceptance and gratitude, spikenard assists individuals in seeing the deeper meaning in their lives. It supports them in feeling joy and happiness for other people as well as for themselves. It invites individuals to expand by fully letting go of resistance, anger, and blame. Gratitude is an expression of complete acceptance and abundance. A grateful person is content with what they have. Spikenard teaches individuals to be grateful for their challenges as well as their blessings. So again, we might use this to help with being peaceful. So far we've had vetiver oil come up and motivate and peace. And Elizabeth says this, and I totally agree with this, Elizabeth. She said, this one is the oil I need, but always have a trouble with the smell of this oil. Put it with a bit of motivate or peace. Yeah. I know the trials that we experience are hard. They're not, that's why they're trials, isn't it? It wouldn't be a trial if it was easy. So it's like we have to go through this hard stuff to get better. And I guess too, as we go through the hard stuff, later we can look back and say, look, I did that. It was really hard. I didn't think I could do it, but I did do it. It took me a while and, I still have some scars, but I did it. All right, something from age 26. All right, more emotions stuck here. All right, so some resentment stuck. All right, what are we resenting? All right, we might just do a little reset on the electric. So I put your hand on one on the front and one on the back, and you can try which way feels the best. And just give that a little hold and have a little reset. Right, so Cassie's saying life without my kids nearby. Yeah, it's going to be very challenging. So not forgiving them for not being close. Stuck emotions there. The feeling of being in the wrong place. Age 5 and 15. I guess, there's some people whose children never move away or never move out or are never able to move forward. And some people's children, like I treated a patient not so long ago, and her sister, who's only like maybe 17, 18, decided that she was going to move away from home. And yeah, she just up and moved herself away and making a life. So, it takes a lot of guts to do that. And so some people have had enough confidence instilled in them through their life at home and what they've learnt, that they believe that they can go and do their life somewhere else. So, I think that's a kind of compliment in a way that they are able to do that, even though we don't feel happy about it. Something at the back of the head on the right. An emotion stuck in there. Lack of inner peace. So some generational baggage in that from mum's mum and the women. Like 73 generations of women. So it's a very deep pattern. So I'm ready, willing, and able to live an inspired life, nice and strong. I'm worthy of inspiration. Yes. I allow myself to receive inspiration. I act on the inspiration. I have faith that I can take action. I'm supported in taking action. All right. I think that's pretty good. All right. Anything else or any other parts of your body that are complaining before we call? Thank you for all of you that have commented or joined in, or been a little vulnerable. I really appreciate that. I'm running a Energy Workz foundation course in February, just in Sydney. So that's the 8th to the 10th. So if you want to come along for a refresher and hang out with lovely people, you're welcome to come. If you have always had the desire to learn how to clear energy, great opportunity to come and begin your journey. Start working on your tool belt. All right. Well, thank you everybody for your comments, and I hope you have a beautiful day and that you're able to put pen to paper and think about what you would like, what God's instructing you to do and how he wants you to do that. And I'm sure you'll be blessed in that process. Okay, see you.